YouTube family, what's going on? I am trying something new. I will not be able to respond to your comments, so I have them turned off on my screen. But I figured if you're going to watch this later in life, just tune out if you don't want to watch about loads. I'm going to run a lane kind of series. This riding roads would be dedicated to the routes I'm taking that current day. It's just about 20 miles, talking about that lane I'm actually on that day. So that's what this is going to be. Whenever you see Riding Roads, episode, whatever, it'll be just that lane, that road I'm on, heading up to wherever I'm going. So I won't be able to see comments. Sorry about that, but I'm going to talk about this lane and this lane right here. And also, thanks so much for everyone. So right now we're on Highway 81, guys. We're up towards Pennsylvania. So this lane picks up, we're in Alabama, maybe south, like to Macon or up and towards Chattanooga. But really, it's Atlanta to Allentown and anything really close to that. So this lane kind of falls into that category because I'm going from Pendleton, South Carolina, to Quakertown, Pennsylvania, which is close to Atlanta to Allentown. So, anyways, I want to talk about the lanes. It's kind of bringing you a good lane is something that brings you from a good market to a good market. And that's what this lane is considered, because Allentown, Pennsylvania, there's a big rail system that comes off the ports of New York and New Jersey, and they bring all the cargo off the ports inland. And Allentown's kind of the hub for that. So all these train cars are bringing all this product and overseas stuff coming into middle of Pennsylvania. That's what Allentown is. And then from there it gets distributed on more trains or it goes on trucks. So that's a good place to go to. When 2018, when I started my authority, this lane would pay $1,800 to $2,000 from Atlanta up there, or more, or if you waited out on it. And then from my area, South Carolina, it'd be like $1,600, $1,700 on the regular. Like I just got this one for $2,000, but that's not normal. This is just me working my old magic of waiting the day out till they actually need me to move it. And then it's an hour before it has to get picked up, and they're like, okay, fine, we'll agree to your rate. So that's kind of how I do things, but on the average rate, that was what it was going for. About $2,000 from Atlanta, about 16, 17 from South Carolina, where I'm at, which is about 115 miles from Atlanta is where I'm at in Greenville. So that's what a lane is, guys. If everyone talks about good lanes or know your lanes or that kind of stuff, that's jargon in the trucking industry. So you want to go from a good market to another good market so that you can get another decent load coming back. And coming back from Allentown, it always pays a little bit less than going up there. So that area of Pennsylvania, the outskirts of PA, like not on the coast, not New Jersey, not New York, which are a little bit harder to get into, but out there in the inland Pennsylvania area, down into Virginia, it's a little bit harder to get money coming back down. So it's still a good place. So you won't have a problem finding a load, or just getting a better paying load will be harder to find. So that's what a lane is, guys. And this is one of I wouldn't say my favorite lanes, but I also like to know about my lanes, about the terrain of the road you're going to be on. Like this road I'm on right now, 81, it kind of just roller coasts for a while going through Virginia and into West Virginia, Maryland, and it gets into Pennsylvania. But as you get higher up, it kind of levels out more. But through that, I come up through North Carolina past that Lake Norman, and that's really a lot of hills, a lot of climbs, a lot of 6%, 7% grades on your truck, and that's harmful for your. I wouldn't say it's harmful, but it definitely wears your engine out and it takes your fuel mileage way down. So that's things to think about when you're looking at your lanes. Is kind of what it's doing to your truck too. That's why I like Florida a lot, because Florida fuel mileage is amazing because it's nice and flat for the most part. Once you get out of Atlanta or South Carolina, once you get to the coast of South Carolina, it's flat all the way in at Florida. So that's kind of what I want to talk to you about your lanes, booking your lanes. And every time I take a different route, I'll kind of talk about that lane. But this one was $2,000. I got really lucky with the 4,000 pounds. I filled up on fuel before I left South Carolina, and I'll make it there tonight, probably about midnight, and it delivers at 8 in the morning. So get some sleep and then reset for the day tomorrow. But yeah, just want to talk to you guys about riding roads and let you guys see kind of what I deal with. Running about 66 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, and I'm behind a cargo transporters. That is what's going on. Well, what's going on in the world of trucking? What's going on in the world in general? I don't know. We got a all kinds of stuff going on in our political realms. We got all kinds of stuff going on in our local cities and governments. Weather's good. Our pool is opening up. And, oh yeah, I figured out how to run a contest finally. There's a lot of red tape on YouTube for running contests, or giveaways, whatever, because there's a lot of lottery laws. And if someone has to pay for an entry, that's considered a lottery, and then it goes with gambling regulations, state and federal regulations. So reading up on it, and I'm figuring it out. So that should be coming pretty soon. And our first prize is going to be a game system, the one that we kind of demonstrate on our live feeds. We're going to do that for our first prize. So look forward to that. It's kind of like a thing where I'm going to set up my Instagram account again that I did my grills. Race Mesh Trucks is what it's called. If you look that up on Instagram, I'm going to run that kind of I'll keep it a grill Instagram page, but the way you'll get entry to the contest, which I've been reading up on, is a third-party website that keeps track of all the entries, and you get like one entry per subscribing to my channel, one entry per liking or following me on Instagram. That's how it kind of works. So that's kind of like the value for me as a YouTube provider, or creator is what they call it, YouTube creator, is that I get more people that'll see more videos, and in turn that'll generate more for Truck and Wife and all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions about that or you can't figure it out, because we'll probably do it, we'll start it next Saturday. Will be the contest starts. We'll take this week to get all of our ducks in a row, get our you have to have like a guidelines and contest rules and all that kind of stuff involved with it. So we'll get all that nailed out this week, and then we will launch it on Saturday Night Live, and then we will announce the winner 1 month after that. So it'll be a month contest, gaining entry from subscribing to the channel or liking the Instagram. I don't know if there's other ways to gain entry. I kind of haven't looked into the third-party website yet, but I know what it is that I'm going to be using. It's actually called Gleam, if you want to look into it, GLEAM.io. That's the company that will set up these contests. But there'll be a link in the Saturday Night Live, and I'll just do a link every video I use or drop from now on if you want to enter the contest. And I would like it if maybe we get like a video back, whoever actually wins it, that they could like show maybe unboxing it or playing their first favorite game, something like that. So we can have interaction, and so that everyone can know, like, hey, somebody actually won this game system. Because in the past, I've always thought like giveaways, or someone gets like I watch a lot of car videos like 1320 on YouTube, and they'll do like giveaways for other ones where like win this Cadillac CTSV, and you never hear about who won it or see them actually getting it. But I do remember the Diesel brothers. They would actually give away some of those trucks, like the Mega Ram Runner, or other trucks that they'd build, and they would actually do a whole video like when they would deliver the truck, because they're not just mailing it out, they're actually trailering this truck if the person took the truck. So that was kind of cool. So I'd like to do something like that, and I'll post that video of whoever, if they want to do it. If they don't want to do a video of them unpackaging it, maybe take a picture of it, showing up or something. If you want to be private about it, I understand that, but I think it's pretty cool. It lets you guys play childhood games if you're as old as me, that kind of grew up on. I love that stuff, so that is what we're doing it for. But it's kind of the same scenery up here in Virginia. We're at mile marker 186. Got about 14 more miles to go. Wait, not 14, 19 more miles to go, and then we're going to stop at exit 205. And I'll cut the video then. I'll get some dinner and break up this trip up to Quakertown, Pennsylvania. But that's what lanes are, guys. The riding roads would be just me ranting and rambling about my drive, running my truck 65 miles an hour up a mountain or down a hill. And but can't beat the weather today. It's beautiful. It is. Let's see, it's good. God, truck showing me 71 degrees. Can't beat it. Out here on the old 81. Passed through Roanoke a while back. And I'm coming up on Lexington, Buena Vista exit right here. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Get back to work Monday. If you're going through CDL school, I hope your CDL school starts back up soon. One more thing about this contest we're going to do. It's going to stay the lower 48 continental state, just because of shipping. Like I love you guys watching me from Australia and India and all that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. But shipping out to you guys might be a little harsh, so that's kind of what we're going to do. We're just going to keep it the lower 48 states. And what else is going on in the world today? Leave on the comments. What do you think about NFL and NBA? I hope the NFL can start and get going. I don't know. The guidelines are really loosening up on this COVID, at least down here in the South. I don't know about the rest of the world. I think California is still pretty locked down from my friends that live out there. Arizona's pretty open to some of my friends that live out there still. But I think the NBA is going to do a Orlando thing. 16 teams, I don't know how it's going to work. But, I mean, I would like to see it because LeBron only has so many years left on his body. He's running out of time. And he does got Anthony Davis now because they kind of kept him from having Anthony Davis last year. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I do appreciate his work ethic and what he's trying to accomplish. And for the limelight he's always in, he's never had really a bad rap or incident come to him. I mean, so that's what I got to say about the NBA. I would love to see it. We're missing sports. Gives us something to do. Keeps us happy. But, I mean, for people that do like sports. But I'm a huge car guy and a sport guy. So on it, that subwoofer I installed, I don't know if you guys have followed the channel religiously and watched most of the videos I was doing installing the sub when I was booking this load for this lane, we're calling it, the lane. It sounds great. I couldn't figure it out first. I had power to it, and I had like a very faint, I couldn't barely tell if the subwoofer was working with the song playing. And I was like, wow, this thing either has zero power to it or something's wrong. So I started messing with stuff and moving wires. And as I moved the auxiliary cord, because it was like an old auxiliary cord I used that has a headphone jack that goes into 2 RCAs, a red and a white. And that auxiliary, I just turned it a little bit, and all of a sudden it started pounding the subwoofer. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, I thought the speaker system I had hanging down from the top of the golf cart, that bazooka thing, I thought that had a bad port, or it was cable. But it ended up being a cable. I bought a new one, and it works perfectly. So, not a hard install. I've done a couple of stereos myself in a day on some of my old cars I've owned. First car I ever owned, IROC. My dad bought it for $300. Thank you, Dad, for getting it for me. I owe you. My first car with T-tops, canary yellow. You could tell somebody had spun it out and hit a pole or hit something because it had a dent right on the right rear tire above it in the quarter panel. And I didn't think anything of it. And then also I noticed after a while of driving it, my friends would say my back right tire is wobbling. So obviously whoever had it hit something and then decided to sell it. So it was a pretty good price. The T-tops leaked like crazy. I don't know who else has an IROC or have had that kind of thing before, but I love those cars, those third generation Camaros, and I hope one day I can buy a cheap one, even though they're going up in price, and do an LS swap on it. There's a nice long frame Pete right there. Stacks, little flatbed, got some masonry work on there. There we go. I was trying to do this video before the sun completely goes down, so we had some light. But yeah, that was my first car. Leave in the comments what your first car was and what you remember of it. I remember it being yellow and having to have replaced the axle, which I had to like pay a guy, my dad's friend, to do it for like a full day. And now that I know cars a lot more, I could have done it myself in like 2 hours. But living and learning and thinking that was the coolest thing ever when I watched him do it. I was like, hey, this guy's taking apart a rear axle. I have no idea what that even entails. And now I think it's kind of elementary. You could replace it with a nice 9-volt back there. But hope the audio is good on this. Please leave comments about anything like this, because I don't know if it's picking up through my Bluetooth in my truck or what it's doing. But let me try and turn the Bluetooth off right now, actually. If that changed anyway, because I can see that it was working through my phone on my truck. So anybody, I just switched off the Bluetooth. Let me know if the audio got better or worse, and then I'll know to keep it on my truck next time or just do the phone. So yeah, let me know your first car. Let me know what you know about lanes, what your favorite lanes are to run. If you like running the 81, I mean, it's cool. It's pretty nice up here. They have a lot of space between like big truck stops. That's the only thing that's kind of got to plan out your breaks if you want to pee or if you want to get some food. So that's what it is like on 81. We are heading up. So we got did I lose you guys? I don't know. I can't read the comments, but I can see people commenting, so I hope you guys are back. I can see a little thing pop up every now and then, but I can't read them because I'm driving, of course. But yeah, if I lost you guys, I guess I'm getting no service up here. So I hope you're back. If you're not, then I'm talking to myself. But hey, it's fine. I think someone just commented. I see a little thing pop up. So hey, I hope you guys are back. But yeah, it's beautiful up here. I've got 10 more miles till I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to give you guys a short video. talk about lanes, and in every lane that I'm running, I'll kind of talk about the price that I saw it as when it was a hot market in 2018. And nowadays, like this lane right here, they're trying to get like $1,000 out of Atlanta, maybe 1,200 if you're lucky, and 1,000 or 900, 800 from where I'm at in South Carolina. It's getting sad out here, but if you do need it moved, they will come up on the rate if they need it moved. If the broker needs to go and there's no other trucks around, that guy's got a bike attached to his back of his truck. Get some BMX riding going on, or mountain biking. But yeah, this lane it's a pretty good lane because you can get up there and you can get something back. You're not going to be stuck somewhere. That's what I can teach you guys in CDL school, is that a lot of times you ask for more money than they're trying to push the load for, especially if it's heavy, it's going through mountains or something, because if it's going to somewhere in the middle of West Virginia or some parts of Kentucky, parts of Tennessee, you're not going to find much coming out of there. So that's called not a bad lane, or like a backhaul lane, where you just you got to get paid pretty good going in there, because getting out of there you're not going to get much or even half of what you got going in there. So that's what they're talking about when someone else on another video is talking about lanes, know your lanes, or backhaul, that kind of stuff. Florida is a big backhaul because there's not a lot manufactured in Florida, so a lot of stuff shipped down there. Toilet paper, food products, canned foods, all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff comes off the south of like Miami and stuff for fruits and watermelon. I don't know my fruits that well, but I know a lot of fruits come off of the south of Florida. So, but not a lot of stuff manufactured in Central Florida. Orlando and Disney World, they get stuff. That's the biggest hub for distribution of Florida is Orlando. You'll be able to get loads there a lot, and Tampa. And Tampa and Orlando are not far apart, less than 100 miles. So I've really learned my geography by being a truck driver in the last 2 years. I used to actually think when I was a kid that Orlando was on the water, because I would see pictures of Disney World and there would be like a bunch of water, but that was far from the truth. It's in the middle of the state, a bunch of lakes around it. So, coming up a little grade here, we're at mile 197 on the lane from Atlanta, South Carolina area up to Allentown, PA area. So that was where we're going. But I'll read all your comments when I stop right now and see if I can make it better for next time. And I'm using the live feed video on my phone. So I hope the audio is good, but I'll learn from this one. It's the first one. I just had the idea. I'm like, hey, I got some time on my hands. I got an 8-hour clock before I need to take a break. I like seeing this pretty scenery, so let's talk about this lane. So whenever you see a Ridin Roads pop up, I'm going to talk about that lane I'm on that day, kind of what I know it paid for, what it should kind of pay, and what I would like to take it for. And doesn't matter. Weight means a lot. Fuel mileage is going to be affected by your weight, of course, for all you guys coming out here. So that is all what I'm trying to bring to you. I'm not trying to bring you just emptiness on a road. I want to talk to you guys and teach you stuff that I wanted to know when I was coming out here. And it was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect. I was scared. Didn't know what lanes meant. I took loads in the middle of West Virginia into a Gatorade bottling place. No, it wasn't West Virginia, it was Virginia, Wyetheville, but it was on the border of West Virginia. Wyetheville, Virginia. And I mean, there's nothing coming out of there. I got lucky and actually got a load of I forgot what else it was, but it was like a fabric insulation going back out of there. But some places you'll end up in, you're going to be deadheading. For all you guys in CDL school, deadheading means driving empty to another area, another market, another place where there's more stuff being manufactured and better loads coming out of, where your truck's going to get paid for what it's worth. Because you're the one truck in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing being shipped out of there. You don't really have any bargaining power to put something on your truck. So that is food for thought for lanes. Ridin Roads 81. But man, it's pretty out here. Got some nice clouds. I don't know what the name of that mountain is off to the right, that peak up there, or if that's even called a mountain range, but I'm sure some of you guys will know. Hey, I'm mile 199. I got 5 more miles. Got the rest stop on the left side. And we are going to get some food. I'm going to take my 30-minute here because I've been only about less than 300 miles now from my stop, or maybe right at 300 miles. I have to check my GPS, but that's a little over, I've made it over halfway, so I'll take a little break here, eat, and try to make the rest of it. And get there tonight, get some sleep. It's supposed to be like 74 tomorrow, and where I'm dropping in Quakertown, so it'll be kind of warm. I always check the weather. It should be common knowledge, but always pack your clothes according to where you're going. You don't want to end up with shorts down in Pennsylvania, and they got a cold front coming through, even though it's going to be June tomorrow. Can't believe we're already in June. My brother's twin boys have their birthday tomorrow. The big not 2, I was going to say 2-0, the big just 2. Big 02. Twin boys. So that's going to be cool. He's got the terrible 2s coming. One of my kids, out of the 3, was a pretty easy 2, and the second one, I wouldn't say he was terrible. He just had his motor revved up. He was always bouncing off the walls, and he pretty much still is. So, Casey, if you see this later in life, I love you, little man. You were a spicy little kid. You were fun to play with. And you probably still are to this day if we're watching this down the road. But Cash, man, you're my chill, relaxed kid, man. You weren't that chill and relaxed as a baby, as an infant, but you were crying a lot during nighttime. But now that you're older, man, you're Mr. Joe Cool. You're just hanging out. So those are my 2 kids. And then I got my 3rd kid, who seems to be more on the bouncing off the walls side with a little bit of brute force bulldozer to him. He just kind of comes at you and grabs your face and plows his forehead at you and growls at you. So that's my little brute force kid. And but he's also like jumping off the bed and climbing up on stools. So yeah, he's going to be adventurous. Cash, you were always kind of calm and collected, buddy. So your 2 brothers are luckily younger than you, and you can kind of keep them in check. Got some cows off to the right, white and black ones. Don't know what the names of those are. I think they're all just called cows, but there's probably a different name for different colors. All stuff you can learn. But yeah, I'm excited about this contest as we're almost getting off to exit 205. I've never done it. It's a kind of a helpful way. I've been watching videos on it, how people do it. It's just a way for me to grow the channel and talk to more people. And the biggest thing with YouTube is having subscribers and views. That kind of gets you your monetization off of you get paid for the videos. So that goes towards Truck and Wife. If you guys saw my wife, if you're new to the channel, check out our Saturday Night Live. So get to talk to her and meet her and maybe hear her sing. She loves to sing karaoke. But yeah, that's what. So if I do this giveaway, it's going to come out of our pocket to pay for the prize. But we don't have to charge anybody nothing, so it's not against YouTube rules. It's how people do it, and then we just gain the exposure to the channel. So if you let a friend know, hey, check out this guy. I mean, sometimes he has good stuff to say. Sometimes he's an idiot. Sometimes he doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's entertaining to watch him drive through Virginia. Then please send them my way. And if they subscribe, they'll get an entry to the contest. That's kind of cool. I think it'll work out for us. And we'll see. And I'll let you guys know the numbers, like how many people subscribe, how many people visited the contest, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to do it for a month. If it gets... I don't know if I can put that into terms, or if we reach a certain amount of entries, maybe we can do the giveaway early. I don't know what we should do, but a month seems like a while. I don't want to keep building it up, but that's what they told me. That was like you should start out with a month contest just so you don't waste your time on getting people to look at it. But I think we have a pretty good following already. A lot of people like to watch us. Well, I think you guys like to watch us. I don't know. But I appreciate you guys thumbs up and liking our videos. But yeah, for us to actually make it worthwhile to be creators of YouTube, you got to kind of get subscribers and have views. It's a big, whatever it's called, algorithm of the computer gods of Google and YouTube that run the world these days. But it helps me make a little more for her to have some extra spending money for herself, doing nails and that kind of stuff. So I don't mind doing it. And honestly, I'd rather talk to you guys on a screen with no feedback than talk to myself here on driving up the road. So technology is cool. You guys can see what a truck driver does and goes through in America. I don't know if my screen's being shaky or not. It kind of seems like it on the live feed whenever I hit bumps, but it's just connected to a magnetic mount on the windshield. So all you guys that are truckers or have been out here a while, you'll probably know this rest stop. I like it. Bathrooms are clean. It's really big inside. They got a bunch of different restaurants. Pretty good flow in traffic. Everyone's courteous at the fuel islands where they're pulling up. And I mean, there's not always the perfect situation. Some guys just park their truck there and go inside and eat, but most of the time people are pretty courteous. So this is it. This is where I'm going to leave you guys, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a quick 20 minutes, I think, 25 minutes. And here we are at the Petro. It's got a truck wash. You can see it off the right there. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called Orchard, or we got a Amazon guy sitting here. I'm just waiting to get over in front of him. Universal Logistics, Truck Wash, Petro, Subway, Popeyes, all the good stuff. And then they have like a couple other like standalone restaurants off the front. But yeah, Orchard Creek, that's what it says. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you guys next time.